Hello guys, welcome back to WezLife. We are in episode 15 now, and I can't believe that I've been doing this for 15 weeks without missing a week really. Hope we can continue that into the new year as it's quickly approaching. So today's episode I've got a lot to talk about in Wes Says, and then I've got a lot of questions to answer I think. So we're going to jump straight into this. It's going to be a very busy, packed episode, I guess. So yeah, where's Wes? By the way, guys, I hope you've had a great week. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're doing all right. Let me know if you've had a good week, I guess. But yeah, where's Wes? I've had a good week. It's been busy. What have I been doing this week? So this week I've been busy with assignments and stuff like that. Trying to get it done for uni. I've also been busy with church things too. So our church, we're getting rid of all our old pews and replacing them with chairs that we were given for free. So I actually went down and helped did a lot of work with taking the old pews out, and then where the pews had been taken out and removed, there was patches of the carpet that needed to be like repatched, I guess, patched up. So I went round and me and this other guy, we like cut pieces of carpet and filled that in, and I think we did an alright botched job of that, but it's much better than having old wooden pews in my opinion, because there was no comfort in them. The chairs we've got now are really nice, so yeah, I did that in the week. Also did some open air work in Southport. That was pretty fun. Yeah, other than that, don't think I've done an awful lot. Went to D&D again on Tuesday. That was a good laugh. My friend's character actually died, and it's funny because he got reincarnated and brought back as a human. He was originally a half elf, even though, yeah, I'm guessing a lot of you, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's the world of D&D. It's crazy, but it was really funny and it worked out better for him. After that, we went to Five Guys, and all my days, if you've ever been to Five Guys, let me tell you, go to Five Guys, get yourself a burger, some fries, and a milkshake. It'll cost you like 20 quid, but it is worth it as a like once in a while treat. I will say, if you're getting fries, get the small fries, because I don't know why, but they just fill up your bag full of fries. I always get small fries and I never eat them. I'm like crazy. Unless you want to just go and you just want to get fries, maybe you can get like a medium fries or something, but you get loads of fries, so I won't worry about it. And the burgers are amazing, and the milkshakes are so good. I mean, yeah, I don't go that often, but we just finished D&D. We both hadn't had our tea, and my friend was like, right, let's go Five Guys, it's on around the corner. So we did, and it was amazing. Last time I went was actually on my birthday, and I only got a milkshake then, so felt like it was justifiable that I hadn't been in a long time, so it was worth going. So yeah, that's my week, that's what I've been up to. So yeah, we're going to jump now into Wes Says. And now, this is a topic that I did want to speak on at some point. Last week I got asked a question that kind of related to this. So basically, I'm gonna be speaking on my opinion on what it's like living in a digital kind of world. Now, don't take me for some kind of expert. This is just my opinion, and I know obviously I've been brought up in this kind of world, and so I don't know what it was like not living with technology. So yeah, it's just my opinions and stuff. But question I had was what I think the impacts social media has on people, the pros and cons of it, and that kind of thing and stuff. Now, I study IT. I never actually did want to study IT. I mean, it does interest me, and I do enjoy parts of it, but I'm only studying IT because I feel like that's kind of the path that I believe God has brought me down. Now, that's another story for another day. It's quite a big story, but I believe that God's brought me down this path, and so I'm studying IT. And so, I mean, I've studied a lot of different things and stuff, and I do think technology is a great thing. I think if I were to put it, I'd say technology is a great thing that is probably poorly executed, I guess. If that makes sense. So, like social media, I think it's a great tool. I think it's a great thing to have in life. But I do believe that it can ruin a lot of people's lives. I mean, I've been using social media now since 2010. And I use Facebook. That's the main social media platform that I use. There are a lot of people, the younger generation who are grown up, would say Facebook is for old people. But when I was young, it was I think is it MSN? MSN. I never got onto that train. That just died out as I was like, I don't know, trusted with going on technology, I guess. So I got Facebook, and that was a big thing. A lot of people had Facebook. I still use Facebook quite frequently. I got Instagram, even though I don't really use it that often. I just kind of flick through it every day. It bores me a bit too much. Stuff like I don't use Twitter and things like that. But yeah, I do use social media. But I have seen that social media really can consume people, consume their lives and stuff like that, and everything like revolves around social media for them, and it's just it upsets me, especially when you get people who are addicted to the phone. And they're just looking at the phone 24/7, and you can hardly have a conversation with them. Well, you can, but they're just on the phone because it's so annoying. Because I'm a massive people's person. I love to be around people. I love seeing people. I love to just be social and interact with people all the time. I love it, and nothing upsets me more is when I go to meet up with people I've not seen in a while and stuff like this, and they're just on the phone for the majority of the time, because it's so upsetting to me. Because it's like, look, I'm here, I want to interact with you. Why are you just sat there on your phone on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're using? It's upsetting. But that's the way the world is going at the minute. People, right? I think I was 15 when I first got my first mobile phone, which was my iPhone 4. Yeah, I was 15 years old, yeah. Well, I wasn't. I wasn't 15. I was 14 because I got it in 2012. I was 14 years old, and I pretty much used that phone to call people and text people and Facebook. But Facebook, I used it a lot when I first got it because I was like, oh, Facebook is amazing. My point anyway is I'm getting a bit distracted. I was 14 years old, and now that wasn't that bad. You're 14 years old, you get a phone, and we're like, oh, that's nice. But now I'm seeing children who are like 8 years old, maybe even younger, getting new phones with contracts and all this, SIMs and whatever. And I'm like, hang on a minute. I was 14. Now, if a 14-year-old doesn't have a phone, it's weird. That's what it is today. Like, it's not normal. Like, oh, you're 14. What, you're not got a phone? What the heck? You know what I mean? It's weird. Now, don't get me wrong. I think young, children having phones and that kind of thing, it's safe because they're able to, like, use the phone to ring people and call people and, well, text people, whatever. But that can be done with an older phone, not a more up-to-date phone. Because look, my iPhone 4, I had that all the way up until this year, in April. The phone, it got too old for me. I couldn't use it anymore. Couldn't even use... Right, basically what happened was... this is another story now. Earlier this year, I went through a pretty bad time, so I decided to get rid of my... Well, just completely cut out all kind of social media and everything like that out of my life. And so I did for like 3 months. Yeah, 3 full months. I didn't use social media at all. And then when I got through the time where I was like feeling depressed and stuff, I was like, right, I feel much better now. I'm gonna go back on social media. And so I tried. Well, as I tried to not use it, I deleted all the apps off my phone, and then my phone was that old. I couldn't update it, but I couldn't install the apps anymore because it said, "Oh, you need to have the latest update of iOS to download these apps, and your phone is too old and you can't download them." Haha, whatever. So it's like, flip's sake, my phone's broke. I can't download any of these apps. All I was using my phone for was ringing people and texting people, which I think a phone, yeah, that's your main thing you want to do. So I had to get a new phone. So I got an iPhone 6. Now this iPhone 6, I've still got it. It's sturdy. It's doing good. It allows me to do things that I want to do. I don't intend to replace it anytime soon. But I've seen young people now, like 10-year-olds and stuff like that, with iPhone like whatever 8s or 10s, iPhone X. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Why are kids having these? Like, it's just stupid to me, and I'm really concerned for the way that the future is going, especially with technology and people. Because I honestly think at this rate, maybe in like 50, 60 years, what are people going to be like? Because technology would have grown so much in that time, and are people still going to be sociable in the same way? Because it's happening now. People are losing social skills, I believe. People are becoming antisocial. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I remember when I was younger, I'd go out, I'd go to my friend's house, I'd knock on the door, and I'd see if they're in. If they're in, they might come out, and then we'd go out playing on our bikes or whatever. Now that doesn't really happen as much anymore. Well, maybe it probably does, but with a younger kind of children, because I remember doing that up until I was probably about 13, 14. I was still going out knocking on my mate's house and saying, "Is he coming out?" I don't see that anymore. I don't really see that in the same way. Now it's you texting people, you Snapchatting people, whatever like that, and saying, "Oh, are you coming out?" or whatever. I don't know what people do, but yeah, it's just not the same. People don't even knock on the door anymore. They always text them and say, "Oh, I'm outside," and stuff like that. And now I do that, to be fair, at times when I'm like in my car waiting. If I'm picking someone up, if I'm going in, I'll always go and knock on the door. But you know what I mean? It's a bit things are changing, and I'm a bit worried about it. I don't think we should be allowing children at such a young age to be exposed to the amount of technology that they are, but it's a massive battle. I remember once I read this study that had happened where there was they were introducing like iPads to like children who were like, I don't know, really young, probably about 2 or 1.5, something around that age. And the children learned that you scroll with your finger on the iPad and stuff like that, and then you can see the next pages of the like children's book or whatever. And then they brought out these real like books and put them in front of the children after they'd used the iPads for so long. And then the children were trying to scroll with the finger using the books. I think it was the same book, but they tried to scroll with the finger. Now, I don't think that's going to be a massive thing in the future where people don't know how to use books because they're so engaged with technology. But I do think that is a small thing where technology is it's taking away people's skills, I guess. I don't know. It's the way. Right, here's one for you. So earlier this year, my car had a lot of issues with it. Took it for an MOT and it failed. Sorry about that sound, by the way. If you can hear it, you probably can. It's my laptop's in some proper loud, not like fan noise. So yeah. Anyway, took it for its MOT. It failed. Now, a normal person, who I see, like young person around my age, would probably just go, "Oh, just pay for it in the garage and pay for the problems, whatever," and then that would be it, because they don't want to do things themselves. Or maybe they do, but I don't know. Me, I was like, right, I'll take it out of the garage, I'll fix all the issues, and then I'll go back for the MOT again. That's what I did, and I fixed all the issues myself, like, I just went on YouTube, watched tutorials of different things like that, and I did it all. Now the car, took it back for its MOT, and it passed. And I saved about 200 quid. Now, that to me, however many years ago, probably about 50 years ago, people would add more skills to do things like that and fix cars and stuff like that. But now, people don't care. They want to just chuck the money away. And I think maybe technology is partly to blame because, well, it could be. I'm not saying there's a link. There's no definitive answer, but it could be a link towards that kind of thing. People are losing the skills that we had, and I don't want to do that. I want to be a practical person and stuff. I want to be useful, but I feel like people are losing skills. Mate, I'm going on a bit of a weird tangent here. Social media, I do enjoy it. There's a lot of good things that come out of it. I love the aspect of catching up with old people, and I love seeing pictures of things like memories and all sorts of things like that. It's great. I love it in that way. But there's a danger to using it too much. I actually hate texting. I really do. I hate texting and I hate messaging, and in some sense, I've paid the price for that. But I have been trying a lot more since this year actually. I've been trying to get better. Been trying to reply to texts more. There's still texts on my phone now that I've not replied for. I need to go and reply to them actually. But yeah, I hate texting. The reason that I hate texting is, when I was younger, I used to message a lot of people. But then I found when I met up with them in real life, it was so weird. Like, it's bizarre now. If you're messaging someone over a machine if you message someone over a machine for a full year, and then you met up with them in person, in your head, you've got this picture of who that person is based on the way that they text. Now, their texting is completely different to their social skills and that kind of thing, the way they interact, the eye contact, stuff like this. You pick up way more of a person, like emotionally, how the person may look and feel and stuff like that, over them words on a screen. So I used to text a lot of people, and then when I meet up with them, it was just so weird. So I hated it. Like, I started, I just didn't want to text people anymore because of that aspect. And now I, in ways too, have messaged and text people and made this fake kind of personality or person that isn't me. And so that's why I hate messaging people. But the world, and a lot of people now, are just constantly messaging people because it's easier to talk on the phone. I don't know that many people who would rather pick up the phone and call someone up rather than, just texting them. People always text, so it's quicker and it's like, oh no, it's easier, blah, blah, blah. But me, I don't like it. I much prefer ringing people up and just chatting to people. And now I've had friends where I'd ring them up just out of the blue, just ring them up, and then they're always like, oh, are you okay? What are you ringing me? I'm just like, what do you mean? Why I'm ringing you? I'm just trying to see how you're doing and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It does my head in, and I hate. This is a big one now. Group chats. I'm in a lot of group chats on Facebook, and they're great. They are great. In a lot of group chats on WhatsApp, brilliant. But my issue comes with being added to a group chat where you don't know the majority of people in there. Because if you don't know them, you're going to be building up this fake personality, whatever about yourself. But also, even if you try not to, you'll interpret their messages, in certain ways and stuff like that, and you'll have an idea of this person before you meet them. So, that's a rule that I have. I never, ever add someone on Facebook if I've never at least met them or, spoke to them before in some way. I mean, I have got people on Facebook who I've probably had, I've just seen across the room and said hello, but, maybe I should go from a friends list and clear it out. But normally, I never add someone if I've never met them. So that's the thing. And so I don't like being added to group chats if I've never met them, because I don't want to build this fake thing about them, you know. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I know it's real to me. And so we need to be careful about that. We need to. I don't want to lose the social skills that people are losing. And it is sad. You know, you see it all the time. You go out and you see people just on the phones all the time, and it's just weird, isn't it? I don't want my phone to be this kind of chain. You know, like, people panic when they don't have the phone in the pocket. They're like, flip my phone, where's it gone and stuff, and it's like like your world's crumbling. It's like, why? I mean, phones are great. We've got so many great tools and things that you can have on them, but the main use is this social media, and I feel like a lot of people on social media can, you know, paint this kind of amazing picture of their life and how great it is and stuff like this. But in reality, it's not like that. And then you meet the person and they're actually really boring, and you're like, flip me, what? You know what I mean? I don't. It's annoying. It's a massive one. So, pros and cons. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I could just chat about this for ages, but I'm just going off and getting lost in thought and stuff. Pros and cons. I do think social media is great. Like I said, it's great to be able to message and talk to people who are like across the world, long distance, stuff like that. It's amazing. I love it. Like, but my method that I would probably use is calls, because you can hear the tone of voice and stuff like that. It's much better than text. You can hear, you know, you can't read sarcasm that well. I mean, you can pick it up, but not always read sarcasm. But on a phone, you'd be able to do that much better. But better than that, I would say FaceTime or Skype. Absolutely love it. You can do that. You can see the person. You can chat to them directly. It's amazing. Love it. Texting, messaging, I'll do it, but be careful. Don't let it consume you. Don't let texting define who you are as a person. Dangerous, that's what I'd say. Social media too, it's great. Don't try and build this big picture of your life, though. Don't get consumed with other people's lives, because people can get really upset and depressed. I'm actually doing a study. I've got a project at the minute at uni, and I'm trying to see if there is any kind of link between social media, technology use, and depression. I personally think there is. I think there's a huge link. I actually felt like there was when I was using social media a lot. I was always, like I said, that's what made me quit social media. I was depressed, and so I quit it for 3 months. After them 3 months, I felt so much better. I didn't feel chained to it. You know, I was saying earlier, don't people are chained to the phones. I don't want to be a person who's chained to my phone. So, see if you can leave your house without your phone. That's a challenge for you, because some people just genuinely can't do that. Some people have to check the phones every 2 seconds, or, well, not 2 seconds, every minute someone's checking the phone, and it's just like, why are you checking it? It's a bit stupid. But yeah, social media is used in a lot of great ways, but it is poorly used. Same with technology. Technology, oh man, there's so many great uses for it, but it is poorly used, I think. I don't think there's anything else that I want to speak on. Now, like I said, I think if you've ever heard of the term Luddite, that's Ludite. Actually learned that word from a teacher who teaches IT. Now, he calls himself a Luddite, and I'd actually call myself a bit of a Luddite. But don't get me wrong, I do love technology. I love hearing about new technology and hearing how it is progressing, advancing, and stuff like that. It's amazing to me. But I am worried about the future and the way that we're going. A thing that I also wanted to touch on. Think about this now. Social media, all I've had on my social media for the past month is politics and stuff that's going on in the world that's depressing and sad. I don't get any good news. Where's the good news? Probably the good news that I've seen on social media is maybe like I've seen a friend get engaged, or someone's having a baby and stuff like that. Other than that, it's all sad and depressing in politics where people are all arguing and stuff like that. It just does my head in. It's annoying. It's annoying so much. I was actually watching the other day, because I was thinking I've not heard some good news in a while, but there's this was before my time anyway, but there's Mr. Rogers, an old show, right? I was watching one, and it was the assassination of JFK, right? And so I watched that, and the way that social media was portraying it, or the media was portraying it back then, Mr. Rogers, he was getting so upset. He was heartbroken because of the way that it was impacting children and things like that in school, and people had heard different things and stuff. And so he did this episode to like talk about it and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I watched that and I just thought, man, if he saw the way that the world was right now and the things that are on social media now, because the way that people, it's so sad, and the world is getting worse and worse. It really is getting worse. And it really upset me. And I'm like, man, if he saw the way social media was now and the way media portrays news and stuff like that, it's always depressing. It's always sad. Every so often there's a bit of good news. You know what else I've seen on social media? I'm a celebrity, get me out. Get lost, I don't care about you. Really don't care. A bunch of celebrities in the jungle. There's better things to be worrying about. There's people in this world dying, and we're bothered about people in a jungle eating bugs. Calm down, seriously. Calm down. Get off, right? That's what I'm like. Stupid. This is what I mean, I'm saying. Social media, it can be great, but it is poorly used. It really is. It's poorly used, and it's sad. I could be using social media better than what I do. I don't know. Anyway, right, I think I've said enough now. I've been going on a bit of a tangent. There was no plan to what I was saying. I was just going on about a load of stuff. I tell you what I did see the other day, what really, just uplifted me. It was a new advert. I don't know what it was advertising, to be honest, but it was about 4 minutes long. But it's got E.T. in it, and the original actor who plays the boy Elliot. I watched that advert, and it just put a smile on my face all the way through. So if you want to be uplifted, go and watch it. Just search a new E.T. advert 2019. You'll find it. That put a smile on my face. Yeah. Right, that's enough. We're going to jump into Wez and a Fez with his questions. Right, put the Fez on. I've got it on this week. Sorry about I didn't put it on last week. But we'll do this, and we'll jump into Wise Words of Wez, and then that'll be it. Now, I've actually got... Hang on, I've got quite a few... man, I've actually got a lot of questions today, but I'm going to answer them all because it's for you guys, and... yeah, I really do appreciate your questions, by the way. If you've got any questions that you want to ask me, I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you can send them to me, and I'll hopefully answer them for next week. So, first question. It's not got any name linked to it, so I don't know who it's from, but it says, isn't it bad to watch horror films as a Christian? Well, personally, I do watch horror films and scary films and stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily say, in my opinion, I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's a thing that is wrong. But I would always say to someone, is it helpful to watch it? I mean, some people will, or some Christians really will have struggles with certain things and things that they need to be careful about. And so if I was ever with a Christian who struggled with the fact that, what we're watching horror films, I would never watch a horror film with them, because they struggle with it. I personally don't struggle with it. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't have, like different effects in different ways, like violence and gore and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it can affect someone in a different way. So I would personally say, is it helpful? No, it's definitely not. And if Christians were definitely trying to become, if they wanted to be a lot more holy, then they would definitely not watch things like that. and that can be a challenge to myself at times. But I would personally say that, yeah, I don't believe that it's bad and that Christians shouldn't watch them, but is it the most helpful thing? And that is a question to myself too. But yeah, I won't say it's wrong. Sorry, that's a bit of a long answer to a short question. Next one is actually from my cousin, Sean Ashurst. So thank you very much for this, Sean. It says, what do you feel is your best overall achievement you have done in life, yourself, or an achievement you are working towards? Well, as you know, Sean, I was homeschooled, and so I never went to a school or anything like that. Never did any GCSEs. I was homeschooled and then just, dropped into college. And I never knew what I wanted to do. So I've just been praying about it and feel like the Lord wanted me to do IT. So that's what I've been doing. And now I have been working really hard to get my degree. I'm currently halfway through, and I've been working so hard. And that, to me, is an achievement because, like I said, I was homeschooled. I just don't feel like I had a great education. I don't feel like I am, well educated. I've studied, since being in college. I've got my maths and English GCSEs, but that's it. I've got 2 GCSEs to my name, maths and English. Now most people probably get, what is it, like 8 or something? I've got nothing. And I've seen people who are getting like A stars, A's and all this and stuff, and people are praising them, and it's been discouraging for me at times because like I've only got 2. But then again, I'm proud that I've been able to get this far in life, and I've worked as hard as I have to get this far. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't, not the be all end all, is it? But I'm glad that I've been able to do it. And I guess more achievements. I love the way that I've been able to be. What's the word? I can't remember the word, but it's basically been. It's independent. Independent. I've been able to just do things without I don't know, always relying on people and stuff like that. I've been able to just get as far as I have, and I've done a lot of things that I'll be honest, I'm not. Most 21-year-olds, people my age, I look around and they haven't done nowhere near as half of the things that I've done. So, I'm pretty happy about that, I guess, and stuff. And I think most of the things, though, I only can thank God for it and thank Him that He's allowed this, allowed me to get to where I am in life. I don't think I could have ever done any of this without Him and His help. So, yeah, I'm also pretty proud about my car and being able to fix it and stuff like that. It's a good achievement. Yeah, I hope that, that's the things that I'm overall best at. Well, my favourite things that I've achieved and stuff. So thanks for that, Sean. Right. Whoa. Well, and this next question is, it's actually 9 questions. And it says at the bottom, pick and choose. Actually, I'm going to probably answer all of these because I'm just having a quick look through them all. I'm going to answer all these. It says pick and choose, but I'll answer all of them because they're not massive ones. This has been left by sorry about this, guys. I've actually got a bit of a cold today, so that's why I might sound a bit weird. Got my water though. This has been left by Bethan, but she's actually spelt the name Bfan. So Bethan Owen, thank you very much for these. First question, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say? I would probably try to tell them, I'd have to plan my words, but along the lines of that, when we're all gonna die one day and we're facing eternity, and people need to really think about that and their eternity. And I'd tell them to, read the Bible and learn of Jesus, I guess. And that's probably, I don't know, I need to plan it, but something along them lines anyway. 30 seconds isn't a long time, but I'd say something like that. Question 2, what movie always makes you cry? Now there's a lot of films that always make me cry, but the one that comes straight to mind is Saving Private Ryan. Now that film, without a doubt, will always make me start tearing up on various points of it. You know, it just makes me really upset, and I always think about um the war and things like that. My great granddad was in the war, and he actually was killed. So it always makes me tear up loads. So that is a film that, yeah, there's not many points where I've got a dry eye throughout it. So Saving Private Ryan for that question. Question 3: what do you normally think about when eating oranges in the shower? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I love eating oranges in the shower. If we've ever got oranges in our house and I see an orange, I'm like, yes, I'm going having a shower and I'm taking that with me. I don't know why. I saw it once online. It was saying like something about eating oranges in the shower is really good. I started doing it and it is amazing. Go and eat an orange in the shower if you've never done it. What do I think about though? When I have showers, I think about a lot of deep things, a lot of deep stuff. So there's nothing in particular that I think of. When I'm eating the orange, I do think about how nice the orange is. So yeah, I guess that's maybe what I'm thinking about. Question 4: do you have a phobia? A phobia? Is a phobia like the same as a fear? Because I've got a huge fear of the ocean, which might be a little bit strange to people. Man, I'm not scared of swimming. Like, I'm not scared of swimming in like a lake or a pond or whatever. You know, like disgusting water, a river. I'd swim in stuff like that. I'd swim in it all. The ocean, however, I mean, I have swam in it, but it could freak me out. I've got a fear of the ocean. It's not necessarily the ocean itself. Well, the ocean is scary, especially with all the waves and stuff like that. I think maybe what added to it was when I was younger, I went swimming in France. And the waves were really strong, and I felt like I was getting swept away, and I just was so scared, and I was just panicking, trying to get back. And it took me ages to get back, and after that, I was like, "Flip, I don't want to go back in that water." I was terrified. Maybe that contributed to it, but it's a fear of not knowing what's in the ocean because there's so much of the ocean that hasn't been explored. We don't actually know what could be down there. It could be anything really, and I was a bit scared of that. So I have got a strong fear of the ocean. I actually was in Italy last year. Yeah, it was last year, and there was a point where I went swimming in the ocean, and only because right at this point I was scared of the ocean, but I was like, this water is so warm. It was like the warmest water. It was like a warm bath water. So I'm going swimming in this. So I went swimming, and someone threw me a pair of goggles. So I put these goggles on, and I've swam quite far out. And then I put the goggles on, I looked down, and as I looked down, it was like a sheer drop, and it just went down, 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 and it was just like black at the bottom. And at that point, when I saw that, I started panicking. I just wanted to get back as quick as I could. I felt like I was having a bit of a panic attack while swimming. I got back, and then I didn't want to go back in then. I don't know. So yeah, maybe that's my phobia, if phobia is the same as a fear. So fear of the ocean. Question 5. Let's try and get through this quick. What's the best news you've ever heard? Oh, best news I've ever heard. Flip. Don't know, to be honest. There's loads of news that has been great to me. I always think it's amazing news when I find out that someone's become a Christian. Man, I don't know what the best news is that I've ever heard. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know, actually. I really don't know. Maybe I could just say that one of the best... Well, it's the best news that I feel like people can hear is that Jesus has died for them. Despite all the wrong and the sinful... the sins that they've done. Jesus has died out of love. I guess I could say that's probably the best news anyone could hear. I don't think anything else comes to my mind, so yeah. Guess maybe that. Question 6. What's something you've learned this week? You know what? I actually was. I was reading a lot about pigeons earlier on in the week. The only reason I was reading about them was because I thought there's so many pigeons in this world, and people always call them ugly and stuff like that. But they're not actually that ugly. They're actually kind of nice, and they got these green and purpley feathers that look really nice and stuff. And I don't know why people think they were so ugly, but I think it's because there's so many of them. Because I think if we didn't have so many pigeons knocking about, people might have them as pets. I thought, why? How come people don't adopt pigeons if there's stuff like that? So I was like, I'm just reading up on pigeons and stuff. And I learned that there was this guy, I can't remember his name, but he trained pigeons to tell the difference between paintings by Picasso and paintings by Claude Monet. Is that his name, Monet? And now the paintings between both of them are actually really different. But to train a pigeon to be able to tell the difference, and he also later on trained them to tell the difference between, I think, oil paintings and some like water-based paintings, something like that, and they could tell the difference. I thought that was amazing because I wouldn't be able to do that with the paint. Well, I could definitely tell the difference between Picasso and Claude Monet, but not the actual. But I mean, if I learned, I probably could tell the difference. But I just thought it was really cool that pigeons were able to do that because everyone sees pigeons as these stupid animals, or these stupid birds, but I thought it was really interesting and cool. So yeah, that's something that I learned this week, I guess. Can you play the funny Italian song? This is question 7. Oh, that funny Italian song. I don't know if I can play it because of copyright things. Maybe I could play a little bit of it. I just find it now on my phone. It's actually called Baciami Pacino. Now a friend of mine showed me this. I'll play a little bit because I don't think that I'm allowed to play music on YouTube, I guess. But let me just play a little bit. Hope you can hear this. Anna, baciami pacino per le bobo, bocca piccolina di tan tan tanti baci mantina. Right, that's it. I'm not playing anymore. I don't want to get in trouble. That's the funny Italian song. It's really good. A friend of mine showed me that earlier this year, and I love it. Question 8. Favourite day of the week? Sundays are the favourite day of the week for me. I love going to church. I do look forward to it. So yeah, Sunday. Easy question that. Question 9. Do you think the Megalodon is still out there? Well, I'd say never. Now, this kind of might contribute to the not knowing what's in the ocean. It could be out there. Scientists say that it's not, but it could be. I don't want to completely disclose the fact that it's not out there. So, realistically, I would say no, I don't believe it's out there. But I'm saying it could be. So, yeah, thank you for the 9 questions, Bethan. I really appreciate it. Hope you've got some satisfactory answers from me. Right, next question. This is by Stephen Simmons. How many pigeons will fit inside a Ford Fiesta? That's funny how we're just talking about pigeons, and now this is a question relating to pigeons. Man, I mean, there's so many things that you need to factor into this. Like, are the pigeons dead? Are the pigeons alive? How big are the pigeons? This kind of thing. Are the pigeons calm, or are we just trying to catch pigeons and shove them in? Because I think how many pigeons will fit inside a Ford Fiesta? If you're trying to catch pigeons and shove them in, you probably won't be able to get a lot in there without them panicking and stuff and trying to fly out and stuff. Maybe you could probably get about 50 in there, but it'll be hard. If the pigeons are dead, you might be able to. Well, you probably get a lot of. I mean, are we squashing them in, or are we just gently putting them in? Because if we're squashing pigeons in, you could probably get a lot in. If we're just putting gently dead pigeons in, maybe about, I don't know, I want to say a couple hundred, maybe about 500. If the pigeons are alive and they're really calm, man, I wouldn't want to put more than probably about 150, because you don't want pigeons to be squashed up in there if they're alive. Yeah, there's so many factors. I don't really know. I mean, if you brought me back another question asking me The terms and conditions of that question, I guess I could probably answer. It depends. If they're dead, I reckon you could probably put about 500, maybe to 800 just pigeons, just shoving them in. If they're alive, maybe about 150, something like that. Yeah, thanks for the question, Stephen. Right, next question. This is by Johnny Richardson. This is just a stupid question. Where do babies come from? Well, Johnny, babies come from God. There you go, mate. Right, next question. How many beach missions have you decided to do next year? There's no response to who's left this question. Truthfully, I've not planned it. I have no idea. I've not really planned any of my summer for next year, so I couldn't tell you. So I'm sorry about that. So how many beach missions have you decided to do next year? None. I've not decided yet. Right, that's the last question. Oh, thank you very much, guys, for all them questions. I really do appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed the questions, the answers that have been given to them and stuff. Man, this episode, it's been a bit of a long one. I've enjoyed it though. Apologise that the beginning was a big, massive rant. Let me know what you thought though. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know your opinions on social media and stuff. I mean, let me know your answers to the questions that I were given too. That'd be fun. And yeah, maybe I can read them out in future and be like, oh, such a body said this to last week's question. Maybe answer that one. How many pigeons can you fit in a Ford Fiesta? That's a fun one. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. If you want me in future to have a lot more planning towards what I'm going to talk about and plan it out properly, let me know. Or do you enjoy me just going on one, just like going on a rant and just chatting about things and whatever comes to my mind? Because I'll do either. Yeah, I'm going to leave you now with some wise words before I go and before you stop listening. Wise words for you today, guys, is it is the election today. People are going to be voting. People are going to be sharing it on social media, like I said, stuff like this. I'm going to say to you, though, no matter who you are voting for, don't let that define you as a person, because we've been given a bad hand. It's like being given a bad hand of cards, and we've got to choose the best card that we've got, and, you know, they're all pretty bad, let's be honest. None of them is really good. So, I'd say don't let it define you as a person. That's probably my wise words with you. Vote for who you're voting, for whatever reasons you are voting. Really carefully think about it and make up your mind, but don't let it then define you, and don't let people, you know, I don't know, people are arguing, shouting and all this stuff. But yeah, that's my wise words with you. Hope you can take some kind of wisdom from it, I guess. But thank you very much for listening, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. Continue to let me know what you want in the future and different things like that. Thank you for all your continued support and that kind of thing. Let me know too if you want longer episodes or shorter episodes. I much prefer doing long episodes and just chatting, but maybe you guys don't want to listen to it. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you have a great week. Goodbye.